The feud between the late Gone with the Wind star Olivia de Havilland and her sister Joan Fontaine, well, it wasn't a secret, it wasn't gossip, it was fact. The Hollywood icons were known to have a difficult relationship throughout their careers, but it seems their bitter rivalry began way before their big screen days. Aged just 9, Olivia wrote in a school project on wills, "I bequeath my beauty to my sister, since she has none."
Oh,
and speaking of their relationship, Joan said she so hated the idea, well, this is in quotes, so she's talking about her sister, she so hated the idea of having a sibling, she wouldn't go near my crib. So the bad blood, you know, between the sisters, it started when they were little. But Janet, do you think that it's a parent's responsibility to try and bring siblings together?
Well, I do think so. And often if siblings don't get on, you can trace that right back to a dysfunctional relationship between the parents. I mean, speaking of my own experience, I think my mum and dad didn't get on very well. So mum sided with my sister and my dad took me to football matches, took me to Speedway because he'd really wanted a boy. Now, look at this picture of me and my sister. So deceptive. I've got my arm round here. There she is, but you can see her little smiley face. And I'm putting on a smile, but I can tell you right now it's a fake smile because deep down I resented my sister because we had to share a bedroom.
OK.
What a nightmare. I drew a line down the middle, told her she couldn't cross it, and we were rivals from way, way back. And mainly because she had lovely dark brown curly hair and I had that beige hair that just sits on your head and looks boring.
But did your parents ever try and sort of reunite you? I mean, you've said that obviously they pulled you apart. But did you get over it yourself? Because you became closer as you got older.
I did get over it. I mean, we didn't really get on until my dad died, and then we had to fly out to the Canary Islands and deal with my mum, who was just hopeless and not coping. And, you know, even though they hadn't got on, then it became something my sister and I had to work together to sort out my dad's funeral and what was going to happen. So that it amazingly brought us together. And then when my sister got ill with cancer, I was there for her, and we forgot the past. And I did think, well, it's ridiculous that for all those years we weren't really speaking. There was jealousy about, you know, what I was doing and so on. But in the end, you know, it was resolved, but no thanks to our parents.
Yeah.
No, well, Lauren had 9 years with me before I had Louis. So when Louis came along, I think she really resented Louis. All of a sudden, there was someone in our room with us, in the cot, and that with us, and she was in another room, and that. So she really didn't. So I think for the first few years, she really didn't like him. Also, he had really bad eczema, so his skin was always bad. So we were always taking him somewhere to get his skin sorted out and everything. But now the three of them, I can't tell you, they're so close. The three of them, they really are. And then Bobby Girl came along. And Louis didn't like that Bobby Girl came along. They didn't get on for years until they started reading Harry Potter. And then they had something in common, so they'd talk about that all the time. But me and my sister had a little bit of a feud a few years ago, and we didn't talk for a while. So that was really, really hard. And when my mum died, we found this letter in her drawer saying that I love you three with all my heart. Your sisters, please never fall out, always look after each other. And we do, you know, we get on really, really well. It was just a little while.
A little blip.
And it was so hard then because it was something stupid, you know. Yeah. But now we're closer than we've ever been. We've always been like...
And Saira, do you think it's just a normal part of human life? You know, if you listen to what Janet's saying and what Linda's saying, that it's a sort of a rite of passage that the elder sibling or the elder child always feels slightly resentful about the next one coming along.
Yeah, I mean, my story is very similar to Janet's. Unfortunately, I do come from a family that's not all together, and my mum's still alive, and I think her only wish is to see all of her children and grandchildren be together on those really special occasions like Christmas and Easter and Eid. And she can't do that. And I think watching that as an adult and as a mother myself is the one thing that I say to my children. Even now, when they start bickering, I bring them together and say, look, you've got to love each other. You've got to be there for each other, because I think the one thing that will break my heart as a mother is watching my children grow up and not get on and fall out. And I've seen what that's done to my own mother, and I would not wish that upon anyone. So I do think it is a parent's responsibility, nip it in the bud and explain the importance of family, and that they are what, you know, they are from the same family, and they've got to rely on each other, and everybody else outside won't have that special bond. So I do think you have to teach it.
Yeah, if it doesn't come naturally, and you just have to I don't know, hope that there can be some kind of connection that can be made, even if you are different personalities and what have you. I mean, they say, you know, blood is thicker than water, but sometimes it doesn't always work out that way.
No.
Maybe with a little bit of effort.